ions, molecules, compounds, and 3 radicals. Ions, these are atoms which have gained or lost an electron, and they are therefore charged, plus or minus. In every atom there's the same amount of protons and the same amount of electrons. If now an electron there's more, there are too much negative electrons, it is -1. If it has lost an electron, there are more protons than negative electrons, and it is now a positive or more positive protons than electrons. And that is then written with a plus or minus next to it. For example, Ca plus is when calcium plus, or even Ca2 plus means when calcium with 2 plus, 2 positive. Then there are molecules. These are at least 2 things together. For example, oxygen times 2, or water H2O. 2 hydrogen, 1 oxygen, together with sharing of an electron. They are sharing an electron together, and when they're fused then together. And compounds, they have to be out of at least 2 different substances. So O2, oxygen twice doesn't work. It have to be at least 2 different ones. H2O would work. And they can be broken apart by ordinary chemical means. And then there are the 3 radicals. And there is an unpaired electron in the shell. So for example, oxygen can be together, and then there can be superoxygen. And there's then an electron which is not paired with the other electron. Normally they are together paired, but then there is someone which is not paired. And these oxidation processes, they can be started in the human body through the absorption of ultraviolet light or X-rays, or also for metabolic processes with tetracarbonate or something is the word for it, together, and then it can start. So if someone absorbs these things can start. There's been an unbound 3 radical thing, there's been an electron too much, and that thing is highly reactive to other things in the human body, to molecules, because the free electron wants to react with other things, and these things have something to do with the formation of cancer, atherosclerosis, Alzheimer, and the degeneration associated with aging. There is some evidence suggesting that eating antioxidants could slow the pace of this happening down, for example, vitamin E and C, selenium, beta-carotene. And that is according to Gerard Tugan-Senegowski's Principles of Anatomy and Physiology book on the page 30, but this is no substitute for medical knowledge and also no medical advice.